If you're passionate about watches, chances are you were born before or during the 1980s. If so, this watch will bring you some joyful memories. The Nomos Autobahn Pneumatic 41 date has an automotive design with neon colors that takes one back to the 1980s. That era with the retro art, wearing our shoulder pads, robot glasses, our big curls, where Blockbuster was the go-to if you wanted to rent a VHS of Back to the Future or Knight Rider. Things were very different back then, but from time to time we get that opportunity to own a piece of blast from the past. And this is what the Autobahn does. Each of the Autobahn's color combinations are inspired by the colors of German cars from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, with references linked directly to racetracks, speed, and highways of Germany. Autobahn means highway in German, specifically hinting the Bundesautobahn, where the country's prestige BMWs, Mercedes, and Porsches fly unrestricted by any speed limits. The 3-lane date window hints that, but also signifies yesterday, today, and tomorrow. As such, the date can advance forward and retreat backwards. Its distinct dial breaks the norm of traditional dial design with its bold aesthetics and unusual layout. 8 blue arcs form a horseshoe of 240 degrees in the inner part of the dial, mimicking the speedometer on a classic car's dashboard, as does the thin needle with a neon orange tip hand that mimics the needle of a gauge. The dial's periphery slopes gently upward, adding depth, tone, and is a recall of the banked curves on the racetracks. And in the dark, displays the time with a luminous ring of large superluminova fields on its dial, as bright as the analog dash instruments of a car. Under the hood of the 41mm holds a Deutsche Uhrwerk 6101 Neomatic with a 42 hours power reserve, water resistant to 100 meters, and a forwards and backwards date adjustment function. The racing model has bold curves, unusual depths, displaying time on many levels. With its retro vibes and aesthetics, it sure brings us back to a glorious time associated with nostalgia and style.